My 7 fragrances for the week, ideal for spring and summer. Guys, awesome for tuning in. I'm going to show you the 7 fragrances that I wore this week. And first up, we have Tommy Hilfiger Impact, a new fragrance that was released last year. Very interesting fragrance because it has a compound called Akigala wood, which is a sort of upcycled patchouli that is manufactured by Givaudan. At first I was a little bit skeptical, but I wore it a couple times and I have to say, I'm very surprised by how nice and smooth that woody note is. So it's a very, very smooth fragrance and that's why I like it. Fragrance number 1, Tommy Hilfiger Impact. Second fragrance of the week, when the weather got a little bit warmer, I picked Salvatore Ferragamo Acqua Essenziale, which is a very interesting fragrance that's also affordable. I like it. Maybe you're familiar with fragrances like the Versace Pomme. I would say this is, smells this different, but as you can see by the color, maybe I would put this somewhat close in the genre, but probably a little bit more affordable. Interesting fragrance. Fragrance number 2, Salvatore Ferragamo Acqua Essenziale for nice weather. Then on the third day, I wanted to get a little bit creative and I picked a niche fragrance from a French perfumer, James Heeley, and that's the Zesty Gingembre. Very creative, very interesting fragrance. Maybe a little bit hard to get, but I have a 10 ml tester bottle here. And if you want to try James Heeley, maybe you can get hold of, on their website, they sell these sample boxes with 3 or 5 custom fragrances that you can collect, and that's what I did. And I tried the Zesty Gingembre, and I have to say, this is very unique smelling, and I like it. It's a fun fragrance, a little bit zesty, very enjoyable. Day number 3, a niche fragrance from a French perfumer. Day number 4, I went to a well-known mainstream brand, the Azzaro Chrome. I picked Azzaro Chrome. This I hadn't tried before, but I have to say it's kind of interesting. It's fresh, it's light, it's a little bit soapy, so that's, I assume, why a lot of people like this DNA. And I got like this little tester kit here with the shower gel, a great way to experience fragrances. That's also a fragrance tip that I can give you. Maybe get a few tester kits or smaller bottles because it's nice to rotate through different fragrances every day, so your nose doesn't get too accustomed to one particular scent. Then moving on to fragrance number 5. What could it be? It's the cult classic Davidoff Cool Water, the Eau de Toilette version. And I have to say there are different Davidoff Cool Water flankers, from which I own 2. But I still really like this, I think, even more than the flankers. And a lot of people swear by this fragrance. It's a little bit of an old school DNA, but it has proven and stood the test of time. So if you don't mind that it's a little bit, maybe not the most modern DNA. I mean, if you want something that's super modern, okay guys, I just had to quickly pick up the bottle. This is more updated. I think they have put a new fragrance molecule in here that makes it very nice. But sometimes if I want to have a blast from the past, this reminds me of my childhood. I think people around me wore this or something and I picked up the scent. So it kind of takes me back to when I was young and when I was going to school. So that's really cool, the Davidoff Cool Water. Then day number 6, how could it be different? That's also a cult classic, the John Varvatos Artisan Pur. Always nice for a warm summer day. And yeah, this smells very different to some of the other fragrances, and it's a very enjoyable scent DNA, I really have to say. Longevity, I wish it would have been a little bit longer, but otherwise I really like this. Day number 6, John Varvatos Artisan Pur. And on day number 7, the last day of the week, I always like to sneak in a sample, and I tried this week Kenzo Homme. A little bit of a unique scent DNA, which I'm not really 100% sold on, but I know a lot of people swear by their fragrance. This has a real fan community. So if you have never tried a Kenzo fragrance, I think they also belong to LVMH. I encourage you to try it out, but it is different. Yeah, you have to like it. But if you like it, you're gonna like it. If not, no problem, no harm done. But I wanted to try this out. And yeah, finally, which one was the favorite of the week? The favorite of the week was, of course, the Tommy Hilfiger Impact. I think this is a very nice fragrance. And yeah, I enjoy this Akigala wood note. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to look for more fragrances that have this Givaudan compound ingredient in here, this white biotech upcycled patchouli. I think this is a very nice idea. I think there is one Tom Ford fragrance that might have that, if I'm not mistaken, the very pricey Tom Ford Fougère d'Argent. So I have to test that out as well. But yeah, if it's a really particularly hot day, that might be a little bit too woody. So then you just could go for something that's a little bit lighter, like the Artisan Pur. That's, I would definitely say it's a little bit better for the high heat. But guys, you can really discover lots of different fragrances. Let me know if you want to see more fragrances of the week, like I've shown you today with my variety that I have tested. Awesome for tuning in. I see you as a subscriber and in the next video. Excellent. And if you're interested in mass appealing marine fragrances, but that have still a creative and unique touch, then maybe check out the Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. My first Bulgari fragrance I actually bought, and interestingly nice to wear during spring and summertime. And I have introduced this to you on my channel page as well. A lot of people have already subscribed. If you want, you can subscribe right now as well. If you haven't already done so, I see you next video.